As wizards, we carelessly drew upon the elements of creation for our own desires. Our wars caused a great cataclysm that devastated us. The remaining wizards became despised and hunted, blamed for the darkness that crept across the lands. Our mighty towers fell, one by one, as the Emperor Phobius rose to power under banner of the abolition of magic. The drums of war can be heard again, while the shadow grows ever larger.
Leandro, open the shadow gate. It is our only chance.
Took great risks to venture into this shadow world and answer my call. I am Merlin, former leader of the Wizard's Circle, and I am trapped here. I can communicate with you through my companion Terran, who can safely navigate this god-forsaken realm. The Empire's thirst for power has blinded it to the danger that is consuming the world. You, the remaining wizards, must counter this threat. Flee for now, gather your strength, regain the trust of your peoples, and return to vanquish the shadow.
Alright, so we've arrived at our... what will likely be our penultimate stop in our tour through the previous Ages of Wonder. Man, I did... Those graphics in the intro are a lot stankier than I remember, but you know, what do you expect of 2003? The 3D animation. Alright, so first off, here's one of the things that makes Age of Wonders Shadow Magic one of my favorites. The fact that you can just generate a scenario. Like, you don't have to pick from a set of preset scenarios or make your own map. You can just generate one. So let's see, we've got Battle, Small, which is small and focus on combat. And Epic, it provides a huge and provides a long and varied game. Archmage, his scenarios are small and focus on spellcasting. Empire building scenarios are huge and focus on founding your own cities. I believe empire building, like, one of the specific things about it is that you start out with like a pioneer rather than in a city. Now, varied should be a good way to just sort of see what all is here. Let's go for Epic. Oh, interesting. I don't even remember this feature. Apparently you can buff magic. Here's one thing that I'm not sure is included by default. If you just select epic, it is the underground and Shadowland. Shadowland being one of Shadow Magic's big features. It is kind of shown off in the intro cinematic, but basically, like, it's another map in addition to the above ground and underground maps. I think, like, units move faster, but units that don't have specific resistances get, like, a penalty. Naturally, turn on Customized Wizard and Allied Victory. Which I think like basically each, like, in addition to there being 3 new races to choose from, the Cyrons, the Shadow Demons, and the Nomads, I believe each one has 2 different and leaders now. Minimum 2, because, like, looks like maybe there's, that does look to, because, like, there's a minimum of 3 different human and wizards. This is another change from base Age of Wonders 2, is that now instead of having Cosmos, you have multi-class. So you can either be a specialist in one of the 6 spheres, where basically it's just like if you had filled out all of your spheres with just the one. But multi-class uses a system similar to Age of Wonders 1. So let's give Qruuz his proper air and death spheres. Because of course we're gonna be Qruuz again. For what will be the last time until not even until Age of Wonders 4 releases. It is on Tuesday, but until the first DLC for Age of Wonders 4 releases, because that's when the reptilian form is getting added in. So unless there's like a lizard form that you can then unlock through the Pantheon progression, we'll have to wait and see how the reptiles look in I think it's called Dragon Dawn. It's the first DLC that they're coming out with. I think he'll go for casting specialist. I think for this playthrough I'll go with just casting specialist. We can learn the others later if we want. And if we really want to stay true to Qruuz, then we could go Draconians. Or, yeah, we could try out one of the new races, because we've got Nomads, and Sirens, and Shadow Demons. Let's go Draconians, and, you know, we can try those out if we pick up one of their cities at some point. Alright, so we have an underground start apparently. Then they'll flyer out to scout the surrounding area. Well, this is interesting. Oh, okay, it's up there. Nice to know that we're just kind of tucked away in here. I've got some gold we need to save up. While we wait for that, let's... Let's just fight this one lone swashbuckler. And he's dead, so... I believe the inn is one of the new structures. When heroes aren't practicing their heroism, they usually hang out at the inn. Perhaps one will join you after picking up their tab. So you have the option to, at some point, to hire Sanra. We've learned the spell Unholy Darkness. Ooh. Let's target this ranged attacks, ignore obstacles, and gain +2 attack. Here's hoping that the battle against this Hydra doesn't turn out too poorly. Knocked out a good chunk of its health. Health at least. Great, I misclicked and managed to get the flyer stunned. Oh, guess we're seeing what Tarzan can do against this thing. Alright, one more suffocation and then did the trick. Got a Champions Guild being built in one more turn. You know we've got to go for the flyers. Just take full advantage of being one of the few races that actually gets its access to flying units they can build in their cities. Alright, just a couple more turns. Seeker has been researched. We can earn Animate Hero, Spell Magic, Weaken, Northern Glow, Evil Woods, Air Elemental, Freedom, or Enchant Weapon, or Casting Specialist 2, Explorer, Survivalist, Peacekeeper, Chandler, Expander, Merchant, and or Summoner. Now let's go for Air Elemental. You know, get another option for a flying unit. I want to say that's a new feature, is that you can just accept surrender if the opposing army is pathetic enough. In fact, I think under certain circumstances your armies can even surrender. And they'll do that completely on their own because, you know, why would you ever choose to surrender? You might as well at least, like, you know, if you don't, like, you know, if it's a battle you know you're going to lose, you might as well at least like, do the auto combat. You know, try and pick off some enemy units. I've got a join offer from Estra, the human rogue. Or she can join up. And then let's send and another flyer heading up towards the surface. And it's outside my domain because my domain is entirely underground. Alright, we have picked off the one unit that can actually target our unit in this fight. So the AI is just gonna sit there and do nothing. Right, as far has been conquered. Now we can start it migrating to Draconians. Ideally, I'll be able to build it. Yeah, one thing that I've never liked is the fact that you can't queue anything to be built to build while you're migrating a city. Like why? When it's not like a building that's unique. You get to the races being migrated out. And let's start making some flamers. Maybe we can send Estra up. So at the very least, if there ends up being an attack on this outpost, I'll be able to use my magic. And what do you know? Oh, the outpost is being attacked. See if one suffocate will finish this guy off, and it did. Right, that's the area guards dealt with. Growth in no turns because it's currently being migrated. And there's another group of area guards over here. It's outside of my domain now. Oh, because it's not in the outpost. Good thing though, those units have so few hit points. Otherwise, that could have turned out badly for us. Alright, time to send another flyer up to the surface. And I guess we start building up a wall. Because that's the only structure you can build in an outpost. But you know, at least once. And 5 turns thereabouts, you should be able to unlock most of the ability to. Oh, I did not realize page down worked as a hotkey here. There, I think, like I went for the page down and page up keys because, like, well, it works in The Sims. And apparently it also works here as a hotkey for going up and down. Alright, Carson made a level. Let's go for damage. In fact, since Carson is a ranged attacker, let's go for Seeker. But, you know, if he's like defending us in a siege, he can. And he doesn't have to worry about, oh, you're at the exact wrong angle, so, oh, so your shot gets blocked by houses on the outskirts of town. Alright, one more turn before this is outpost. It as it expands up to the next level. And now it's got the option to build a wizard's tower. Let's kind of just set up a quick queue of buildings. Going for Builder's Hall, then Barracks, then Wizard's Tower. Let's send a couple flyers out to just kind of scout the surrounding area. Got a watchtower over here. Being defended by a couple of dark elves. Hey, they're at least not complete shit at archery. But, you know, when they go down like 3 hits, it can't really do much. Alright, let's... How about these flyers just trade off of these other 2 flyers? So that they can heal. And let's build a tower guard. Guard in our capital down here so that we get a bit more firepower during the event of a siege. Oh, we do not have nearly enough gold for that training. Alright, just had to stop and restart stream because as OBS briefly got disconnected, but it's now connected again. So I'll have to stitch these 2 parts together, or when I go to upload them on YouTube. Alright, so 315 in gold is a little steep for the city. These, I guess, are just killing the guards. Well, we lost a flyer, but we gained a city, so... Guess we can just start producing another flyer down in the capital. We really need more gold. Well, because we currently have insufficient gold for any of the things we're trying to build. Guess you can see how much this gold just sitting on the ground is. 29, which is not really enough to get us much of anything. Oh well, got sufficient gold for the flyer. I've actually got a couple flyers we can send up to the surface. I should probably be researching something. Go for Ice Age. You know, let's go for Ice Age. It's a classic. I'll start casting Air Elemental. I guess we'll just send these two flyers off to keep scouting. And since what remains of the party that we send off to scout before, or is now busy protecting the city. Alright, Estra made a level. You can get damage, defense, or fire protection. Let's go for defense. Because currently, something happens to her, we lose our ability to cast spells on the surface. Magic Catalyst gives it 150 research points or 50 casting points. We've got joint offer. Yeah, the more the merrier at this point, and so this air elemental on the surface where we can. And I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got a little sidetracked. But I'm ready to continue. This should be an easy fight because, you know, the wolves can only retaliate since they have no ranged attacks. Thanks for flight. Yep. And they each went down in like 2 hits. Shadowlock prevents all enemy movement shown from the shadow world within your domain. Go ahead and... Oh, actually, we should learn Shadow Shift because I completely forgot that there's a spell that lets you shift to the nether world rather than having to rely specifically on the portals that allow you to do so. No, by default. We actually have not even encountered any such portals. Encounter plenty of haste berries, but no portals. We haven't encountered any of the other 7 wizards on the map. Right, windmill has been captured for yet more gold. Now these fires are being attacked by a flamer and a hydra. Well then, that's not great. If I recall correctly, the Hydra we build great buildings, then we can actually get a Hydra of our own. Because I'm pretty sure that is a draconian unit. It is just a matter, because I'm pretty sure like each race got their own unique building in shadow magic. I think the one for the draconians lets you produce hydras in your cities. course, you know, we're also now learning how to summon a bone dragon, so and we may well have a much of an even more impressive unit soon. Right, that we've got the mana to support it. Since here we're only gaining an income of 6 mana. Yeah, we've got half the mana needed to actually upkeep a bone dragon, and so. We might need to do a bit of work before we summon a bone dragon. Or, you know, we could just dispel this air elemental that's also costing us 12 mana. Yeah, let's do that. So in a few turns we can get a bone dragon and actually be able to support it. Alright, Karzin can gain attack, damage, or step concealment. Let's go for more damage. Because we've yet to see any steps, so step concealment probably wouldn't be that useful. Alright, one more turn before we... Alright, 4 more turns to get Bone Dragon. And let's start learning Magic Fist. There we go. Hydra's Pool. Produce gain regeneration, requires builders, hall barracks, in the temple complex. We've got 3 turns on the Wizard's Tower over here, 17 turns on the Wizard's Tower there, and 2 turns on a flyer down here. And 3 turns for both our spell and our research. And let's send flyer up to the surface. And now just gotta wait through one more turn. And then we can get our Bone Dragon. And it just so happened to be on the same turn that we got this Wizard's Tower set up. Let's send out the Bone Dragon and the Flyer. Or the Scout. Now we can start learning. Now let's go for Enchant Weapon. Just get that out of the way, basically. The Wizards sure are taking their sweet time. They can start learning how to summon a black spider, you know, much less impressive than a massive undead dragon. Like it'll probably be a while before we can learn a summoning spell that really lives up to that. Alright, we've begun work on the Hydra's pool. Oh, Tempest is here. Apparently he has staked claim on this windmill. But yeah, we're at peace. We might as well be buddies with the other Draconian wizard. And after all, he helped us out last time. Here's just a random shadow demon. And we have found a shadow portal. Gateway to the Shadow World. The Shadow Gate does not offer protection to the Shadow Sickness. Shouldn't that be from? Alright, let's head on into the shadow dimension. Oh, and here's Yaru. Just right here. You know, we could very easily just take him out. Oh, and in fact... unknown. But, I mean, he is at war with our buddy Tempest. Alright, and there goes Yaru. Oh, looks like it's gonna be up to just the Bone Dragon. Honestly, I'm not entirely impressed by the Bone Dragon. Well, maybe we can blame that on the shadow sickness, but that was kinda lame. Guess we're summoning another one. Now we can probably just take him out if we pile in more flyers. There's alongside the dragon. Envy your slaves, for you shall suffer. Are you sure you even have any slaves? And let's just make a couple hydras and some flyers. At least that confirms that Anon isn't around. And since the looks of it, we've probably got the Tempest, Nimue, maybe Fengir, Aromab, one of the humans, maybe Necron, and Yaru and Julia. Granted, we won't really be able to confirm anything until we actually meet some more people. Alright, Estra can certainly gain spellcasting too. Seems quite useful. For the leader of the defense in the city. Right, Bone Dragon is ready. Now I've got a group of 4 flyers and a Bone Dragon. A disagreeable surprise. Let's hope you know the legends and respect your elders. I mean, here's the funny thing. It's entirely possible that Qruuz is canonically older than Serena. Because, like, Serena did not make any appearances in Age of Wonders 1. So, like, you know, Serena may be, you know, an elf, you know, long-lived and all that, but she... Yeah, she wasn't necessarily around in the first Age of Wonders. Meanwhile, Qruuz spent a good long time being basically a cryptid. Before arriving in whatever region Age of Wonders 2 takes place in. Like, we may need to do a bit of defense first. Here's before we go on the attack. Yeah, they can get webbed. Like, Tempest has been expanding his reach a bit. One thing to consider about bringing Hydras into this fight, I just said, we won't be able to just fly over the mountains anymore. We'll have to go the long way around a little bit. Wow, Chucky, you are kind of pathetic when you don't have the advantage of being hidden. And really, that wasn't even doing all that much for him anyway, because the most they got to take advantage of the element of surprise in this fight was having one more unit than I expected. Like, I knew from the domain in Radius that they had a hero. I think that was city that we were trying to... No, that's not the city. Maybe that we were trying to take. I think it's probably... I think maybe it's this one down here. Yeah, it looks to be it. Ooh, we could get some immunity to shadow sickness. That's going, but... that's gonna be kind of expensive. With half a dozen units. Maybe if we just had one unit that is just gonna be pivotal to this whole thing. Now we can make this node produce a little bit more for us. I feel like the Hydra might be a mistake. Let's just leave it to help guard the city. Let's build some more war halls. Also, you can make progress on getting more cities that can produce flyers. You know, it's like Yaro's doing a bit of outward expansion. There aren't too many of these cities with wizards towers in them. Otherwise, this is going to turn into a game of whack-a-mole. Cousin can get more attack. We've actually got enough of a mana income that we could potentially support another Bone Dragon. So that's an independent human city. There's a cavern entrance here, so we could see if there's anyone else down in the underground. So that's a different city. He looks like the... Aha! portal we went through previously was apparently covered by fog of war for some reason. Even though we previously knew it was there. Oh, because Yaru cast Domain of Darkness. Yes, that's why. Ooh, we can learn Infection, which forces a parasite into the target, which causes physical weakness, then emerges when the host dies. It's an interesting spell because if I recall correctly, like it gives you, like it's a debuff, and if the host dies, it gives you a temporary unit for the rest of the combat. The lovely Nimue who welcomes the stranger. Am I not the fairest of all? Finally, someone who's not, someone other than Tempest who's not immediately being an asshole. Well, I mean, I guess Yaru wasn't immediately an asshole either. But, you know, if the enemy of your enemy is your friend, then the enemy of your friend is most certainly also your enemy. Alright, and that is that city captured. And Yaru has been defeated. Ooh, he had some stuff. Let's see, Cloak of the Tundra, Resistance +1, and Snow Concealment. Thunder Shield, Defense +2, and Lightning Protection and Block. Rusty Chopper, damage +3, energy drain, death strike, and holy weakness. And Animal Flute, control animal. Now we'll just spread these goodies around. Alright, Nimue wants peace, so you shall give her peace. Now let's keep this city as is. You know, population wise. Alright, so Tempest is at war with Arena. And this could also be a solid base of operations to playing sieges from. Because then our siege crew can just pop up from anywhere Here's a portal. Or really, we can even just use Shadow Shift. And let's take this other city while we're down here. Which I guess really we're not down anywhere. We're in another dimension altogether. But yeah, when you're able to navigate to it by tapping page down twice, it makes it seem like it's down lower than it in the underground. Well, looks like we've got to go take this city back from these assholes. Great, they literally all have ranged attacks. Granted, some of them won't do anything to the Bone Dragon. And because they're poison based. Punch. Kill the frog. I completely forgot to have this guy do anything. Right now they are out of range attacks that they can make. Oh, and we've got a lizard on a stick that grants venomous spit. Now let's have Qruuz have that as kind of a macabre tool in his arsenal. Oh, interesting. Apparently, our Draconian Flyers have Shadow Walker. The Flyers are all immune to the Shadow Sickness. I guess it just... Oh! Well, thanks, Tempest, for dealing with that. That we're gonna have to, fight another rogue hero. Well, I guess not. Alright, Champions Guild and Champions Guild. We're currently not at war with anyone. You could go after Serena. By taking an active role in causing the downfall of all wizards that don't ally with me, I can make sure that this game ends fairly quickly. I only know 3 out of the 6 remaining other wizards. And so there's still 4 more that I haven't encountered. I think I see Serena's capital nearby. You know, that wide domain radius tends to be kind of a dead giveaway. You know, it's at least a city with a wizard's tower in it. Yeah, should build a war hall there. Yeah, let's produce Wizard's Tower level 2. Let's just make sure we have some backup of flyers in case we need them. There's a current main squad. on their way to need to head into Serena's domain. Hey, it's might as well start learning Winds of Fury. Granted, Winds of Fury doesn't have that bug anymore because the AI no longer automatically starts retreating upon losing siege engines, so and even if you can get an enemy unit trapped behind her walls with Winds of Fury, they all have a means of getting back out. No, because any unit can just attack a gate. You need to try and fight their way out of a walled city. Or more often into a walled city. You know, it's kind of a thing that's usually meant as an offensive play as part of a siege. Siege, since under most circumstances, if a unit is inside the enemy walls, then you've already breached through somehow. Now, whether by estimated level, you have more defense. Oh, looks like Tempest is at war with Nimue as well. I wonder, would I have to solve that conflict before I can get an allied victory to work? Oh look, it's Serena. Granted, she's got much more substantial squad out here than Yaru did. I think Yaru was probably just banking on being in the shadow world. Held as his defense. I think if we attack from this angle, then these two squads won't even get to participate. Yeah, they just straight don't get to participate in the fight because those are too far away, despite being in the same city. Oh, we haven't even gotten a turn, and we've already lost it. Lost the flyer, so that does not bode well. Naturally, we want to go after the... They were more successful at shooting that guy in the back than they were actually shooting their target. And I misclicked, so I didn't get to attack with the flyer that turn. Two hits from the bone dragon, and Winger's almost dead. These archers have gotten some pretty solid hits in too. So let's go for some good old Black Breath. And the bone dragon crumbles. Well, guess it's time to send in the backup squad. Add these two to the backup squad. And get them moving on their way. Let's build a temple complex down here and tower guard to get some extra firepower in this city. And just gotta continue our march towards Serena's capital again. And also learning double gravity so that, you know, if somebody decides to try and use flyers against me, then I can just bring them down to Earth. And summon another Bone Dragon, and to make sure that I've got not one if this goes awry. Actually, might be able to take a little bit of a shortcut. By passing through the Shadow World. Yeah, sure, build the monastery there. It'll probably take at least another couple turns. Runs to get and our squad not over there. You know, they've got 2 turns of haste remaining, so well, that might help. Serena just lost to some independence. And so that should weaken her forces a little bit. Then we've just got to send the squad over that way. I think it's gonna take us another couple turns probably. Might as well just start casting Bone Dragon again. I've got plenty of mana to support this cast off. Phobius is around, as is Perseus. Yes, I was wrong on Fangir being a thing. So that means that there's one more unknown. And that's whoever being represented by the color black. It could be Mr. Dickens. And you know, I'm pretty sure he's in this game, so yeah, because like they didn't remove any wizards. Really, Tempest, you're just going to war with literally everyone? It would not surprise me if Tempest just ends up not making it to the end of this scenario. Purely on account of being so power hungry. Like he's just like a full-on warmonger. Remember with how many people he's at war with. Which, I mean, to be fair, Nimue was also at war with literally everyone, and except for me. Perseus is at war with everyone except for me and Phobius. Phobius is at war with everyone except me and Perseus. And Serena's at war with everyone. Oh look! This time Serena's a lot less defended. Oh well, now she's got a little bit more. But, you know, compared to having multiple entire squads I was ready to defend her, this is gonna be easy. Of course, I may have just jinxed myself. Alright, that's a fairy down. There goes one of her flyers. That archer is dead right after getting his promotion. There goes Winger. And one of my other flyers. Hers got slapped to death. Alright, it's just Serena, who's sitting at 2 hit points. Alright, on day 102, Serena the average was defeated. And now we can just summon another Bone Dragon right here because it's part of my domain now. Oh, the All Devourer is here. Now I know all the wizards are around. All Devourer's probably somewhere down here. Here in the Shadow Dimension. He says enchanted roads. Not really anything pressing to try and disjunct right now. I'll probably just take a few more turns. Turns building. Turns it. And migrating this over to Draconians and building up its defenses. Then we can start the hunt for one of these three. Probably either Perseus or Phobius. The Empire sends its warmest greetings to a trusted friend. If you remain faithful to my will, you will be prospered exceedingly. Prey approaches, still unaware of its imminent danger. Please, come a little closer. Just a little closer. That sounds like we're going after Perseus because, you know, he's making threats. Oh, but we do have some shadow demons wandering around right nearby. You can start learning Panic Attack. Which, you know, you've yet to really use much in the way of... They have combat spells. Because so many fights have just been outside of my domain. Yeah, but beyond those early turns using Suffocate, just really haven't had much of opportunities to use these spells. Filthy souls, protect the hive, feed. You gotta start building up some flamers to defend it in the city. And let's just start scouting around, seeing what other capitals we can find. particularly Percy's capital. And what are all these shadow demons doing over here? Let's add a stone wall to the queue. Okay, so I think we may want to keep up a good defense on this city. Yep. Right, start off with the good old Winds of Fury. And I don't have enough casting points to banish summoned. But well, that magic fist took care of the Hellhound anyway. Right, they've officially breached the wall. In a couple places. I have no casting points left. So these poor flamers are on their own. But we should be able to reclaim the city easy enough. It looks like we're going to have to. Yep. Death, war, death, death, war, death. Guess the All-Devourer decided that our next target for us. It seems like perhaps the All-Devourer had expanded it on the surface a little bit. Yeah, it should be fairly easy is just take the city back. Because I mean it's all just basic units. But, you know, gotta wait for our 3 other wizards to get done. Oh, they're even willing to just surrender. And it was literally a day after they finished migrating it. But you know, I think I'll keep the shadow demons. Hopefully that won't cause any problems with the Cyrons in my realm. They're stable. Just gonna do some bombards. Oh yeah, the shadow demons also get a flying unit. The Harvester was always one of my favorites out of their entire selection, because it can eat people whole and spit them out as larvae. Now let's just throw in a Harvester at the end of the queue. And let's send our main squad down into the Shadow World to look for the All Devourer. Right, Estra made a level. Sure, let's give Estra a gun. You know, that way when she runs out of magic, she can still... Yeah, sure, Phobius. I'll be at peace with you. Okay, so this does not tell me whether Allied victory requires everyone to be allies, or if it's just if they just have to all be allied with me. It's all this remains unexplored, or down in the Shadow World. But, you know, Tempest and Nimu keep taking their sweet time. Alright, Shenga made a level. Yeah, you can absolutely get its spellcasting 3. I think we may be getting close. Oh, here's Percy's. Yeah, here's some of Percy's territory. But you know, that's not who I'm looking for. Oh, looks like he looks like the Aldebaran is trying to take the city again. The downside of it being Shadow Demons versus Shadow Demons is that Shadow Demons have death protection. So they don't get as much of an effect from bombard damage. Since that's explicitly that's death in physical damage. And I don't have enough casting points left for another cosmic spray. At least his bombards have been holding off the Shadow Demons a bit better than the Flamers did. Which, you know, there's more of them, and they've got better range as well. Downside of the Bombard is that they don't have the strike ability, so they can't actually retaliate directly when attacked. Alright, that's that siege dealt with. Just gotta restore the lost bombards and finish up producing this harvester. Alright, see a shadow demon and a spider, so the All Devourers Earth's capital will maybe this way. But you know, gotta wait for Perseus, he's Nimue and Tempest. Alright, so definitely seems like perhaps the All Devourers up towards the north. Yep. Looks like she might be coming for the city again. Yeah, she can have a spider's curse. Yep, there she is. But she does look pretty well protected here. Alright, looks like they perhaps thought better of trying to take Tendomite here for the third time. Well, guess we'll see how this goes. Not going great, that's for sure. Yeah, all these ballistas are kind of a major problem. Oh, there goes one bone dragon. And there goes the other one. At least we know where she is. It looks like we've actually got more than enough flyers. And maybe we send in a squad of just like 2 Bone Drakens and 6 flyers. Now, you should probably just make sure that this squad is still in my domain 2 turns from now. So that we can go ahead and give them the other Bone Dragon. Now let's start building a Hall of Darkness so they can start messing around with the unique Shadow Demon unit. Which I guess technically all of them are unique units, it's just this one comes from a unique building. Bone Dragon is ready. So now this is a full squad, ready to try and take out the All-Devourer again. I feel like Percy's is probably somewhere in this area. Like, I don't see his domain. But, you know, I think Tigrans usually spawn in either desert or steppes, so... Of course, you know... terrain doesn't necessarily mean all that much. That's when you consider that it spawned me playing the Draconians underground. But I mean, both the All-Devourer and Yaru, who started out in the Shadow World. Like, we just don't have anyone playing like dwarves or goblins on this map, so You know, maybe it's just got a quota of having a minimum of one player or spawn in the underground. I mean, hey, you know, it makes it harder for our potential enemies to find me. Granted, but this guy has apparently wandered down here. But, you know, I'm also not at war with Nimue, so... Alright, let's see what this spirit is all about. Walking Strike, Shadow Walker, Night Vision, Death Protection, Magic Strike, Physical Protection, Floating, Concealment, Holy Weakness, Pass Wall, Energy Drain, and Lightning Immunity. Could have some uses since it can pass walls. The physical wall protection should make it pretty sturdy. I'm not even entirely sure how long it's gonna take. I think the squad to get over to where they need to be. No, honestly, it probably should have, you know, like, gone for a 4-player air setup up rather than 8 players. But, you know, I wanted to play it how, more or less how I always used to play it. But I think I would usually end up taking multiple days to complete one scenario with a setup, just because there's so much going on. But then again, back in the day, I also wasn't allowed to, you know, play a video game for game for 3 hours straight. So at least not until like I was old enough for my mom to start to, or to, like, I guess trusting me. He to not to spend too much time on the computer. But yeah, that was probably not until at least my teen years. And admittedly, like I learned about Age of Wonders probably before I was supposed to, like as far as the ASRB is concerned, because I've been playing this game since I was like probably around like 7, and you know it's rated T for teen. So like, but I mean honestly, like, like, you know, all it is like, you know, the subject matter of, you know, war and stuff, and also like some blood splatters and scantily clad had women here and there. Like that's pretty much the entire reason it's rated T for teen. Like, you know, I feel like I found Flash games on my own that, you know, got a bit more graphic. In the sense of, you know, for instance, of violence. Oh, looks like the Aldebaur is after the city again. He went so far as to bring a couple heroes this time. So yeah, let's give one of them a go, Winds of Fury. But you know, they would probably fare better if they would stop bunching themselves up so much. Because you know, Bombard is an area of effect attack. So by bunching themselves up, they are basically just asking for me to bombard them Oh, that... Oh, there... Like, which it's interesting because, you know, those are spawn, which means that they came from a harvester at some point. And so, like, that could almost be sort of like an unbirthing thing fetish fodder, or for them. You know, being consumed by a harvester. Granted, like, kind of dubious whether shadow demons could even have fetishes. Since, you know, they're kind of a hive mind. That reproduces by consuming living creatures. Hers and turning them into larvae. It's a shame that we couldn't actually, you know, get any larvae from that harvester. Probably about to lose a siege. But, you know, if the plan that we're that we're doing down in and the Shadow World works out, then the city will go back to being independent. And then we can just pop back up here and recapture it. One thing they've got to consider is, do I just try and reach a good stopping point, or do I potentially extend the stream, but even like potentially multiple hours past my usual full runtime? You can see, you know, usually I only stream to till 3 a.m. But it's about 2:30 and there's still so much game left. Oh look, she's lost a couple of her Melissas. And these larvae are hardly going to be able to do anything to the bone dragons. Alright, the All Devourer is out of the fight. Oh wait. We're gonna have to take that city back from her to actually be able to defeat her. Or because it has a wizard's tower in it. So like, she'll just respawn there or in a few turns. Turns if we don't do something about that situation. Oh, there I thought the larvae weren't going to be able to do anything against bone dragons. Oh, it's because Venomous Spit is poison physical. So the damage is just going to be reduced. It was because the poison part is ignored. But the physical still goes through. You know, basically it's like acid or something. Like, it can't... There's no, like, internal organs to damage, but to... just, but damage can still be dealt nonetheless, as it by way of just like melting bone. We might not be able to send the squad to I'll have to take that city back for a bit because you know, she could just take it back. And you don't really want to go for just like a back and forth of continually taking and retaking the same two cities. First you cast Domain of Darkness so that I can't even see the city. You might be able to split off of some units. Hopefully this squad will be enough to take out whatever defenses she's amassed over in her new capital. We could probably take a two-pronged approach. If we could just set up some kind of rendezvous point for these two to group up with these four. Which, I mean, as long as they're all in the city at the same time, then it'll work. Keep up with actually selecting things to research. Probably actually have all of my cities actually, producing things. At least none of the All Devourer's troops have had the audacity to try and mess with the the Bone Dragon and its trio of flying lackeys. And of course, that it would go by so much smoother if Tempest and Nemu and Perseus would just go a little bit faster on their turns. Oh, looks like Tempest may be sending in some backup. After all, he is at war with literally everyone except for me, so oh, don't go backwards to try and take a shortcut through the Shadow World. Just go over the mountains. And you idiots. That will literally be faster, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna start preparing to summon yet another Bone Dragon. Like very few ranged attackers are defending this city. That should make things a little bit easier. Alright, rendezvous is about to happen. I don't want a Shrine of Magic right now because that means I'll be expected to go on quests. Now, you do not need any quests right now. Alright, rendezvous has been completed. Now I've just gotta send these 6 over back to the city. Or maybe instead start in on disjunction. First, you know, ideally, right, Carson can have more defense. Natural Temple Complex. Oh, looks like we've got another Shadow Demon attack to deal with. Fortunately, they're up against the lightning catchers. They're which deal literally which are pretty much designed for dealing with shadow demons. Since shadow demons are weak to lightning, and the Cyrons are pretty much designed as a counter for them. Can't use magic fists, I'll go for Winds of Fury. Oh, they have breached the wall. And they finish off the last of the... As the lightning catchers... immediately going after this other city. Fortunately, this is going to be a fight with no spell, because we're outside of the All-Devourer's domain, and I'm out of casting points. Well, fortunately, it was an easy fight because like we didn't even lose a single unit. You know, which mostly because, you know, there was no spell casting. So it does look like she... Okay, now that... I already knew about that spirit. And she's just got a handful of powerful units to guard her in the city. Come on, Perseus. Yeah, sure, build a Master's Guild. No, not a shrine of nature, because, again, now's not a good time for quests. See, I'm kind of busy, you know, waging a war. Yeah, once we take her and maybe this hero out, I believe she'll be without any way to proactively defend herself. Well, this larva also has a ranged attack. Which actually, looks like she was already out of magic, so... Well, that's not good. And that's even worse. And we didn't even get the Bone Dragon back because you only get the most recent Devouring back. Alright, the All Devour the Magnificent was defeated. Now we have Cloak of Shadow. I believe Qruuz already has a cloak. Well, honestly, the Cloak of Shadow probably suits him more. And a Halfling Pipe that grants Smoky Haze. I like that you have to teleport even when it's two... Even when they're both in the same city. I guess, you know, technically I didn't have to teleport, I could have just put on the ground. But, you know, too late now. Alright, so now it's me, Tempest, Nimue, Perseus, and and Phobius. I might be able... well, to get an alliance with... I mean, so far, he's... doesn't seem interested. Yeah, when... if he's not willing to accept an alliance even if I bankrupt myself, probably not gonna... probably just not gonna be an option. Let's see, yeah, Nimu's not interested in an alliance either. So I think I might just call it there. As it is close to 3 a.m. Alright, so next stream in general is planned for, I guess, either Sunday or Monday with Age of Wonders 3, so I'll have done a stream of each of the Age of Wonders are at least relevant to the ongoing canon. And before or Tuesdays, Age of Wonders 4 stream. Which Age of Wonders 4 is going to likely be an ongoing series. These for a bit. And it will and I'll move it over to the Thursday slot starting next week. Well, the week after this coming week. And hopefully I can get The Sims 3 working again by the 9th. Otherwise, I might just start streaming like Sims 2 or maybe even Sims 4. Or because I've actually been enjoying that a little bit. It on my own time. Because between mods and the EA seemingly like realizing, hey, this competition's heating up a little bit, and seemingly like just pulling out all the stops for the latest this expansion. and it's actually shaping up to be, I dare say, a decent Sims game. So, you know, maybe something with one of those two in the interim until I can get The Sims 3 working, if I can't get it working again by either the 9th. Or, you know, we could do some GeoGuessr. Or something that seemed to do fairly well as my real quick, okay, need something to stream. Plus, yeah, I might as well get my money's worth of the $4 I gave them. Because of how otherwise I would be limited to 5 minutes every 15 minutes. But anyway, for now, this is where Qruuz's story ends. Either I'll pick this back up later at some point, or he will return in Age of Wonders 4. Let me get the title right. Dragon Dawn. You know, Age of Wonders 4 Dragon Dawn, as that includes a reptilian form that should work well for representing lizards. Ideally. It could be the equivalent of Draconians, although Draconians feel like they'd be a transformation because, and it's similar to how they're handling Frostlings. Anyway, thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. Next Age of Wonders stream is planned for either Sunday or Monday with Age of Wonders 3. And that's also the next stream in general. Next stream of Age of Wonders Shadow Magic is who knows when, maybe some Saturday in the future. Because I still want to at least do a stream kind of showcasing some of the mods that I played with a lot back in the day. Because Age of Wonders Shadow Magic was one of my first big sort of ventures into new modding. That and of course, The Sims 3. Alright, let's see if... Yep, as I kind of expected, I'm alone in this category, so I'm just gonna end the stream rather than raiding.